How to add a personalized unsubscribe link into your emails in ENTRESoft. Watch this video till the end to find out more. Hi everyone, you might have noticed that it would be against the law when you're doing affiliate marketing and sending emails to your subscribers if you don't provide the unsubscribe options down at the bottom of every single emails that you send. Now, sometimes it's a good idea. Most of the platforms do it automatically, so they have like a simple unsubscribe link, and when the user click on it, boom, just an unsubscribes kind of happen magically. It would be a good idea if you want to like take it one step further and have your own specific unsubscribe link. And you might have seen it on different other emails that you receive. So when you click on unsubscribes, it opens up kind of a page that is branded to that email, and it asks you a couple of questions like, what do you want to unsubscribe? Do you want to unsubscribe from everything? And those kind of things. So it's kind of a good thing to make your own unsubscribe page, so you can basically get some information from the user before actually deleting them or stop sending email to them. So it gives you a little bit of feedback to see, okay, if you're getting a lot of unsubscribe and all the reasons are like, I don't know, like your emails are irrelevant or something like that, then you can kind of think of, okay, maybe I need to change my messaging and those kind of things. Alright, now the way to do this is you need to jump into your ENTRESoft and go to forms and click on builder. So first thing that we want to do, we want to create a form that is tailored for the unsubscribe. And I'm going to go ahead and click on create new form. Alright, the forms is up. The first thing that I always like to do is to change the name. So it's form 23. It doesn't make sense to me. I go to options and just name it like test unsub and just hit save. Now in this case, I only want to collect two things. First thing is their email address, and the second one is basically a message to the reason that why they wanted to unsubscribe. So I'm going to go into fields and I'm going to drop email, and I want to click on email and make sure that it's required, and then I want to create a reason field. So I've created that, so as you can see I have a reason for unsubscribing and it's inside the custom field. But if you don't have that and you want to create a new one, go ahead and just click on custom fields in here, scroll all the way down, click on add custom field, and make sure that it's not a text, it's a large text, so it's like I can put a couple of lines in it. It's like I'm just gonna make it test on sub because I've already have that, so it's better to have it as different. You want it to be as a type contact. Let's name this reason and just hit save. So as soon as you hit save, it will come up in here, as you can see, test on sub, and you can drag and drop this in here and it basically put it there. I usually don't like to have the label, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on style. I'm just gonna not show the labels, and the last thing I want to to add is the button. So I'm gonna go to fields and scroll all the way up, click on standard, and then scroll all the way down and drag a button down here. And let's just make this quick unsubscribe, and let's make it red, for example, and let's give it a border of like 5 maybe, or let's make it 10. And that size is fine. I also want to make sure that the reason is required, so definitely I want them to put their email address and also give me the reason why they are unsubscribing. So this is the simplest way. The other options is like you can, instead of like having a text box for the reason, you can create a drop down menu, give them a couple of options like option 1, option 2, option 3, so they can select which one of these is like the reason that they are unsubscribing. So once you have all of this all set up and good, you just go ahead and click on save form and just give it a sec. Now the form is saved. Now what we want to do, we want to pretty much create a simple page that serves as the unsubscribe page. So we go ahead and go to our funnels, and once it loads, we go ahead and create a new funnel and name this test unsubscribe. And then let's click on create funnel. Alright, now let's go ahead and add a new step. This is going to be just basically the main page, so I'm just going to call it main. and click on create funnel. Now I want to create it from the blank. And this is going to be a simple funnel, but you can make it as customized as you want. So you have your branding and your logo and everything, so it feels congruent with your messaging and your brand. So I'm going to go ahead and just create a full width. I'm going to go ahead and add a row. Make sure this time I wanted to add 2 columns. I want to have like a text on the left hand side and the form on the right hand side. So I'm going to click on 2 columns. The first column is going to be a simple headline. I'm just going to say, are you sure? You can put whatever you want. So this is just to show you how the whole thing works. Then I'm going to put the form in here. So add element, click on form. I'm going to choose the form that I just created. That's fine. That would be test on sub. I'll give it a sec. It's going to render. There we go. Now I'm just going to go ahead and save it. Ignore this one. This is for the SEO, and it's not necessary for this thing. So let's say that you have built everything and nice and clean. So what's going to happen? We're going to go back, and we want to make sure that we actually get a link for this specific unsubscribe page as well. So we go ahead on top, click on settings, and we just choose one of our domain. Let's say I'm going to choose, I don't know, like tech.siavash.com. Just going to hit save. So it just basically adds a domain to this. So I'm going to have a path for that. So this is the path. So this is one thing that is important that we want to make sure that we have. So now what we want to do is we want to copy this path. So this is going to be at the end of every single email that we have. So the way that I do it, and I suggest you might want to do it the same way because it makes it nice and easy. If you go to your email marketing and let's say you want to, I don't know, create a send a broadcast or something. So always what I do is basically I have my basics always inside a template. So I go ahead and click on create email. I'm just going to show you how I do my template and see if it works for you. And I really like it because it's super quick and fast. So what I do is basically I always have a structure. So this is going to be my text. What I usually do is basically I put a divider. So I drag and drop a divider down at the bottom. You can change the color of the divider to be blue. And then what I do is I go back and I add another text section in here. So this is going to be my footer. That is going to have my basically on sub link in here, and then my address, because these are the 2 things that you all of your emails should have to be compliant with the CAN-SPAM laws. So these 2, and basically once I have, I usually also add my image and stuff as well with the my social links. I'm not gonna add them in here, but it's good to have them. Actually, let's just go ahead and do it. I mean, we have time. So let's go back. So you can simply just drag this social, and I'm gonna put it in here. And you can simply, let's say you have your Facebook, you click on the pencil icon, you put your URL there. You have your Instagram, you do the same thing. Let's say you don't want to have the Google Plus, and instead of that you want to have your TikTok. So let's go ahead, and the TikTok is not here, so I put custom. I name it TikTok, and for the image, the way that you need to do it, you click on browse files. And I have a TikTok logo in here. I'm just going to click on this, double click, and it brings the TikTok logo in there. You can do the same thing as well, and then you put your TikTok URL in here. So that will be, so basically this is going to be your email body here, left align. You can change the font size to 16, so I have to, and this is going to be your basically baseline address. And now we're going to put the on sublink. So I'm going to go to chain, and I'm going to paste the unsubscribe funnels that we created, and I'm going to hit save. That's it. And you're going to name this my broadcast template, for example, and you just hit save. And you just keep this like this. And what you need to do once you have this all set up, you just exit. And inside your email template, every day that you want to send a broadcast or you want to create a new email or anything, what I do is I just come in here and say clone. I put a date like today is broad 28th Feb 2022, clone, and then go ahead and you edit your email. So basically everything is set up. You don't need to add the unsubscribe and address link. You don't have to add all of this social, and you just basically put your email body there. So that's how I do it, and I found it really nice and easy. So it keeps everything congruent. Your emails are always the same, and it's pretty good. Now we have set up everything. Now how are we actually going to do the unsubscribing, the main part? So we have two options. One of them is trigger and one of them is workflow. I'm going to show you the workflow one because it's newer, and this is how we're actually going to move forward with workflows. So if I click on automation, workflows comes in here, and I'm just going to go ahead and create a new workflow. So I'm going to just click on create workflow, and you want to click on start from scratch and just click on create new workflow. Alright, the first thing, always change the name. So I'm gonna name this unsub workflow. Now, the first thing is add new workflow trigger. Click on that. New trigger is going to be CRM. Let's name it form submit. Actually, unsubscribe form submit. Now we want to choose a workflow trigger. It's going to be form submitted. There we go. Oops. Form submitted. Add a filter, and the filter is going to be form is. Select the filter, and it's going to be the form that we need. Named it test on sub. There we go. We save the trigger. Now we want to add our action. So we click on add an action. The action is going to be tag. I always love to tag them, so I add a contact tag, and I just name it unsubscribe. If you don't have it, you can create it. And I'm gonna save this action. And the next thing is we want to set them DND, which means do not disturb. So set contact DND, select enable contact DND. So they're gonna be DND, so nothing's gonna happen. Save an action. That's pretty much it. So we tag them and we set the contact to DND. We click on publish, so make sure that it's live, and we click on save. Let's try again. There we go. Now it is saved. Now let's go back and make sure that it's green and it's published. So on sub workflow publish, that's the one that we just created. So all nice and good. Now, one thing that it's always helpful, and I recommend to do that. That's why we did the tagging. Is you can go to your contacts, and you can go to more filters, and I'm gonna put a tag. And I want to put tag is selected tag. Let's go and find unsubscribe. There we go. And apply. And I'm going to name this smart list as unsubscribe. So this is basically what's going to happen is everyone that do the submit that form, then you're going to automatically comes in here. So if at some point you decided to delete them, it's super easy. You don't need to go and find them in all. You just click on your unsubscribe, select everyone, and just delete them. Now let's have a look and see if we can test it. So if I go to all of my contacts, I should have, I'm going to add I actually have a test contact in here, which is this email address. And as you can see, it is not DND. So if I click on that person, as you can see, it is not DND and it's live. Now let's say I want to go and unsubscribe myself. So let's say that I've kind of like click on that that link, and the link is this. So this will come up. We can actually test it the right way. So let me just go to the email marketing and send that email to myself. And I'm going to pause the video until I receive the email, and then we can go from there. Alright, here we are. This is the test email that I've got, and as you can see, I have the unsubscribe link in here. So I'm just going to click on that. Brought up what we exactly wanted. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my email in here. And it's like, just some reason. There we go, and I click on unsubscribe. what you can do, you can basically, right now you see nothing's happens. What you can do, you can add another steps. So when they click on unsubscribe, you just basically have like thank you and you're sad to see you go or something like that. So basically a page to show them something has happened. Right now it's kind of confusing, but you can always go and create a new step and basically have that there. So if I go back to ENTRESoft now, oops, and if I go back to my contacts and I have a look at the unsubscribe, I should come up in here. As you can see, I'm here, I have the unsubscribe, and if I go and check if my DND is on, as you can see my DND is on, so it means that if I'm inside any marketing campaign or if you're doing any broadcast, this specific email address is not going to receive any email or any SMS at all. So it's pretty much they're basically sitting there and they're not receiving anything. Just to show you, if you're just kind of thinking, okay, how do I add that thank you page? So you just go to your funnels, click on add a new step. It's very simple. And then click on create funnel. And this is just going to be create from blank. And you just put a text in there, which is pretty simple. And if I go and have a full width in here, add a row, one column, and add a headline, you can say, very sad to see you go. You can add a crying face as well. Hit save. That's gone. Close this guy. Save. Go back. And you want to make sure once they submit the form, they actually move on to the sad page and the sad page thing. So let's set that up as well quickly. So let's go to main, edit page. And we want to select the form in here. Once it loads, there we go. Click on the form on the left hand side, scroll all the way down. The redirect action, we want to tell it to go to the next step. So as soon as they click on that, they're going to go to the next step. And we hit save. And that's pretty much it. So what we did basically, we create our own unsubscribe funnel to basically have it nice and clean. And by the way, let me show you where that reason goes. So if I go back to my contacts, I just forgot to show you where that reason goes. So if I go to the test email, so if I go to additional info, and if you scroll a little bit down, all the way down, this is the test unsubscribe reason, and that's the text that I put in there. So that's how you can actually figure out what you're doing wrong and what people might not liking. So that's a really great feedback that you can get. That's pretty much it. So the beauty of this is if you're using Mailgun, and Mailgun automatically should have that unsubscribe, but still if you want to have it like personalized, branded, this option works for everything. Mailgun, SendGrid, any other type of SMTP that you're adding to your ENTRESoft. So I would highly suggest to have a go and play with it and see how you go. And once again, if you have any question, make sure that you write it down into the comment section, and please do make sure that you like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also tap on that bell icon so every time I post a new video you'll get notified. And if you want to learn more and actually deep dive into all of these tech stuff behind the scene of online marketing, make sure that you check out our membership. Just click on join and read through the different packages that we have and see how we can help you with your online journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.